Well, I'm FODV93, and if you're watching, you're either looking at the end of the Earthbound playlist, looking for more Earthbound content, or you just want to at least see this because it popped up on your feed somehow, someway, somewhere. Regardless, I am here today, regardless of whether you're watching it now or whatever time that you want to do so, to at least talk about some Earthbound Fun Facts, or, a bit of fun facts with Earthbound's advertising, a bit of fun facts with an item that helps you recover a good amount of PP for all 4 party members, and something about the Happy clan as well. It's more of just like a bit of a hodgepodge of Earthbound Fun Facts that I've went over within streams, and I'm now going over with them in further detail within this little video as well. Have a nice day, and happy watching! I feel I might as well at least just say some fun facts about Earthbound while I'm here. First off, the most obvious one. In Magicant, Ness has his pajamas on. That's for the international release and all other re-releases of Earthbound. In the Japanese port, Ness is naked. Flat out, in his birthday suit, no clothes on. I don't really need to tell you why that had to be changed to pajamas in every other version that's not in Japan. Next fun fact is that for Earthbound, the advertising. Oh boy, the advertising for Earthbound is not fun. For Earthbound, I'll be quite honest, the advertising for Earthbound is not the brightest ever. Because the simple fact that because of its advertising, well, not just the advertising, but the time it was released. Earthbound was released in the mid-90s, which is basically when it's like around the end of the Super Nintendo's life cycle. And because of that, it's also a completely new IP from Nintendo, something that people really aren't going to be that familiar with. Like if it was Final Fantasy, like they did like Final Fantasy 1-6 or 1-3 in America, for reasons, but people still are at least used to Final Fantasy, because there's more than one game. But for Earthbound, it's only one game on the Super Nintendo at the end of the game's life cycle. And the game, because it's quirky, I do admire its charm, did actually release within its strategy guide a whole scratch and sniff motif, where the various monsters were modeled after various stinky smells. And flat out, in one of the pages on the guide or advertising, it says, "Because this game stinks." As if life didn't stink enough already, now you've got to be prepared. Earthbound, the first roleplay game, RPG with BO. Imagine the horror. In the aftermath of a terrible meteor strike, or was it an evil alien invasion, burping, belching, gaseous monsters roam the streets of your hometown. Your only chance to survive and avoid their nasty smells is to learn the powers that can counteract their deadly forces. Luckily, every day that you manage to stay alive, your powers improve. As you venture into neighboring towns, you make some friends, including a girl who has amazing psychic powers, a boy genius capable of repairing anything broken, and a prince from an exotic eastern land. These friends help you take control of your newfound strengths. And help you'll need if you thought the dark, creepy dungeons and evil spells of other role-playing games were tough to overcome. Just wait until you have to deal with the heinous stench of monsters roaming the countryside. To make it easier to press the start button, a $10 coupon is attached. When the game arrives, a player's guide will be included. Blah, 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 blah. Inside the guide are 6 identismal playing cards that give you a brutal whiff of some of the characters, as well as tips and everything else. But even with all the powers, friends, and tips in the world, it isn't going to be easy. That's because you, Ness, a mere 13-year-old boy, are the only one who has fighting chance of finding and defeating Gygas, an interstellar warrior who is out to destroy the entire universe. And to be perfectly honest, the odds were against you, because this game stinks. This game stinks. Please buy our game. The end. Yeah, so because of those factors and the bad advertising and flat out the scratch and sniff bad smells of some of the monsters, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is why Earthbound never got any big-time re-releases within the West. It wasn't up until the Wii U era, where they re-released Earthbound on the Wii U and the 3DS, along with Mother 1, that people actually were able to play Earthbound in another way, because the only way you could play Earthbound and Mother 1 is either by emulation or by buying the actual cartridges. And for Earthbound, it's pretty expensive to buy the cartridge for Earthbound. And I think it's going to be even more expensive for Mother 1 because that's a Nintendo game, NES RPG, like an old school OG NES RPG. So yeah, not the best. One of the worst advertising schemes I've ever seen for a video game. One of the very worst. Maybe not like top 5, but maybe not like top 3. But maybe top 5 or within the top 10 of the very worst. Because at the very least, it's not something like John Romero is going to make you his bitch, or flat out just having advertising posters within Britain, like a British train station, telling you to jump. Those were some actual old Sony ads for the PSP. I'm not kidding. That, and also, at least it wasn't like, say, maybe Resident Evil, like Resident Evil 5 or 6, where they flat out just put like fake zombie parts, like fake decapitated body parts all over Britain or something like that, and made it like a scavenger hunt. That, or maybe it wasn't as bad as the advertising used. If you change your baby's name to, I think it was like a video game or something, then you actually get either a discount or the game for free. So basically, if you just change your kid's name to a video game or something like that for the next 18 years, you yourself, as the lucky parent, will get to have the game for a discount or have it for free. Yeah, those kinds of advertising stunts are obviously worse than Earthbound, but Earthbound is also one of the very worst, too, along as well. Figured I'd at least say some fun facts about that as well. Yes, that's probably why Earthbound never got any re-releases. Especially on the Wii Virtual Console. Oh, yeah, did not do that any favors with the whole "this game stinks" thing. It's quirky, I love it, it's an all-time classic RPG that people should give it a chance, but the advertising did not pull any favors or pull any punches for it being good for the public. Like, on one hand, the game did come with a strategy guide. That's a good thing. That's a plus. That's one step forward. But one step forward, you fall down the entire staircase and then face first, breaking your entire front row of teeth. Bad because of the advertising. Ugh. Oh, this game stinks. Yeah. Yes, this game's advertising sure sucks. In Earthbound, within the area called Deep Darkness, the swamp area of the game, there exists 5 good PP recovering items called magic truffles, to which they are the best PP recovery items within the entire game. But in order to get them, you must first go to Scrappa and buy the piggy nose. From there, you must actually go within swampy areas of the deep darkness, and then from there, it'll tell you whether you're close to it or not. If you're close, then it will at least tell you to either go up and down and to the left or right with a combination of those few directions. Then from there, you could actually get it as well. But you may be thinking, oh, this doesn't really help Pooh at all since it may only help Ness and Paula. Wrong, as it is good for Ness, Paula, and Pooh as well for recovering PP. Combine that with a ketchup packet, and you got yourself the best damn recovery item for PP within the entire game. And within this video, I shall be uncovering and giving a general location of getting all of them as well. I want to become a pig. If I become a pig, I can find the mushrooms called magic truffles. They're located in the swamp and can be found by scent. Ketchup packet. Damn. which is the most out of any PP recovery in the entire damn dude. Piggy nose. If you wear this on your nose, you can find and root out magic truffles. Can be used many times. Let me explain a bit about magic truffles. A kind of mushroom that grows in damp places, like the base of big trees. They are almost always buried, so they cannot be seen. So if you find one and eat it, it is said to greatly recover a person's BP. You can find more info about magic truffles after you've obtained one. Let's see, Dusty Dune's Desert Mole exists to do a check on the game so that it doesn't shit itself if you die to an enemy in a special state. Also allows you to get sunstroke. What? Hey, let's check out that piggy nose. Let's put the piggy nose on his nose. Let's search for the smell of the magic truffle. It is around here somewhere, but you can't pinpoint the exact location. What about here? Must be a little further up. Hey, there's a magic truffle at your feet. Paula got the magic truffle. Okay. Magic truffle. Magic truffle. A dreamlike delicacy that is said to grow at the base of trees in wet, muddy places. It also restores 80 PP. Oh, that's a delightful little item we got there. Alright, old boy, search for the truffle. Alright, boy, sniff me out a truffle. Around here, somewhere. I shall find the truffle. Around here somewhere. But first, jerky. There we go, that helps. A little further up to the right. There we go, one more truffle. In the land, okay. Let's maybe check around here. A little further up, okay. Right here. Wait, nope. Piggy nose. To the left. Magic truffle! Perfect! Nice! Slightly lower accuracy, I can deal with that. I can deal with slightly lower accuracy, but I cannot deal with a fucking Casey bat. Further up to the right. Alright, gamers. Okay, gamers. Fourth magic truffle. Can we get it, gamers? Can we get it, gamers? Can we get it, gamers? Further up. Got it. Okay, Piggy nose last time. Further up to the left. Magic truffle number 4. It does have a 75% miss chance. The method to madness is that the guest gets her more 1 HP. Say, what the fuck? With us. And he's learned PK Starstorm, which is very, very nice. Piggy nose. Not around here. Okay. Ooh, further down and to the left. Yes! Further down. No. Come on here. Come on here. Little further up and to the right. Got it. Not there. Not there. Perfect! All 5 truffles have been achieved. In Earthbound, there exists a mighty weapon called the Casey Bat. You find this bat
Oh, the beautiful
maybe
UFO. That's not
to
too
late
bad.
within the game, and you see it increase your offense
The hell?
by quite a lot, actually. It's
Thank
rumored
you,
to at least
Flying
be
Man.
one of the best bats in the game, but
Thank you, Flying
I
Man.
shall
'Cause
dispel that rumor today because many
thank you
people
again,
who play
Flying
Earthbound
Man. I really appreciate the smash.
pretty much just say the Casey Bat just
attacks.
flat out sucks.
Thank you.
It sucks because the simple fact, while it raises your attack
Ooh,
quite a lot,
thank you.
very
Yes,
potent,
please.
it also misses 75% of
Thank
the
you.
time.
I will take that.
And the 25% that you do get to hit, it really hits. It hits like a freight train full of fat
Yeah,
kids.
I will need as
But
many
that's the
butter
thing.
slices as I can get.
You get to hit
'Cause
25%
I am more
of the
than
time.
halfway down for PP.
And essentially at that point in time, you're
Another
just,
back
you're just a stormtrooper with a very powerful weapon. You just miss a lot of the
86.
time, and you barely get to land a good,
Okay, at
meaningful
this
hit.
point, Ness isn't going to learn anymore.
Sure, you can help out with
PSI
grinding,
abilities.
like
I'm
say
pretty sure
trying
he's
to
like
grind
all
for the Sword
completely
of
done
Kings.
dealt with learning more.
But I feel at that point in
skills and
time,
powers.
it's best to at least try and go for back attacks
He'll
if you
get
can.
more powerful, but he won't
And
learn
even
any
then,
more powerful
eh.
moves.
So
Thank
today, I'll be reading apart a
And
nice little
since the
poem,
Flying
an
Man isn't
inspiration
really a
as to
party member
why
in the
the
more
Casey Bat
traditional
is like
sense,
this, and why the Casey
any
Bat
sense
flat
of
out
thunder
sucks.
attacks.
Miss.
And now, for your pleasure, a poem on the Casey Bat. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville 9 that day. The score stood 4-2, with but one inning more to play. And then, when Cooney died at first, and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patience of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did also Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and man saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more there rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley. It rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat. For Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered spear came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood watching it in haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches, black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of the storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted everyone on the stand. And it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the racing tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled the pitcher, and once more the dun spheres flew. But Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddening thousands, and answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. Then they saw his face grew stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is gone from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate, and now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in this favored land, The sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. The divine, so he is able to deliver inspired messages. Oh yeah, smells like cults. Smells like a cult. Yep, smells like cults, alright, and I got the weapons to get rid of the cults forcefully. Tests. Boy, do I have more trivia to give. Insane cultists. They're the goons, part of the Happy Happy group, that basically brainwashed this small village to embrace happyism. Here's where the trivia comes in. Earthbound itself got censored. There's massive differences to certain parts of Earthbound where it had to be censored for the international releases, such as the one I'm playing right now. If I'm not mistaken, there were crosses at the hospital, so, I'm pretty sure they didn't want to step on the toes for a copyright infringement for the Red Cross. Another part is the Happy Happy cultists. The Happy Happy cultists, they don't represent the Ku Klux Klan as I thought it was when I was playing Earthbound Blind. They represent the Shumrikyo cult, if I'm not mistaken. The Shumrikyo cult, it was made by a cultist named Shumrikyo. It's not KKK based, but it's another deadly cult within Japan. And if memory serves, the Shumrikyo cult, I'm drawing a blank of what the actual name of the cult was. It had something to do with the apocalypse and all that razzmatazz. And they were responsible for a terrorist attack on Japan. Not just a terrorist attack, but the most deadly terrorist attack in Japanese history. I could be wrong with it being the most deadliest terrorist attack in Japan, or the single most deadliest attack in Japan, but regardless, it's because of that. That is what the Happy Happy cult, happyism represents. Not the KKK, but a deadly Japanese cult. If I'm not mistaken, parts of the Shumrikyo cult disbanded and went into separate branches that still exist to this day, sadly. But if I'm not mistaken, those responsible for the terrorist attack, which was a bombing within a Japanese subway, they basically got charges and all that fun razzmatazz stuff. Okay, so it turns out I was actually a bit right and wrong with the whole thing, with the whole happyism cult. Because within interviews, as I've done research, because this is future me doing the editing for this whole video, it turns out the Happy Happy cult is actually based on both the Shumrikyo cult made by Asahara Shoko, born in March 2nd, 1955. And it was actually loosely based on the Ku Klux Klan, actually. So it turns out, when I first played the game, over a decade ago on the Wii U Virtual Console, I was actually correct with the whole thing. And apparently, yeah, obviously within re-releases of Earthbound, they'd have to at least put the little white poofy cotton balls on the tips of the hoods for the happy cultists. And yes, I was also right with my guess of the Shumrikyo cult being arrested and charged with the 1989. Oh, my mistake, not that one. They were actually charged with releasing the gas in the Tokyo subway system that killed 13 people and injured almost 6,000 people for the Tokyo subway attack of 1995. Eventually, they were arrested for the Shumrikyo cult. Asahara and his goons were arrested. They were arrested in 2004, and over a decade later, he was given the death sentence by hanging. And I'm actually surprised about that, because the simple fact that, well, hanging is kind of an old-fashioned thing. They used to do it way, way long ago. for a means of the death sentence, but now we just get firing squads, you got the chair, you got lethal injection, you know, all that. So I figured I'd at least inform you about this whole thing, as nice little fun facts for this in this regard.